Instead of buying a red Corvette, I had a baby at 40. Yep, my midlife crisis had diapers, not leather seats. That's not me talking about myself or about my child. What I'm talking about here is how to turn a good idea into a great sentence. Because let's face it, writing isn't just about sounding smart. It's about being clear, honest, and maybe even a little bold. Today, we're going to take one sentence, a solid first draft, and I'm going to show you how to make it sharper, stronger, and way more effective. Whether you're writing a memoir, fiction, or that novel that you keep threatening to start or finish, this will help you. So let's go back to that sentence I mentioned right at the very start. This is from a book we have recently been editing. Here is the full sentence. As I ponder this thought, it has occurred to me that becoming a parent late in life may have spared me from the trope of events known as a midlife crisis. Now, is there anything wrong with this sentence? No. But is it bloated, indirect, and trying too hard? Yes. This is the perfect example of what a lot of us do when we're writing. We're trying to sound like a writer instead of being a writer. So let me walk you through the difference and, more importantly, how to fix it. And a quick but crucial sidebar on this. If you were using an AI editor, it would have given the previous sentence a big green tick because technically it is correct. But this is why a human editor can never be replaced. Stories need to make us feel, and great writing needs a human touch. So if you'd love to find an expert editor, there are some links down below. When we first write something, we tend to over-explain. We're not just saying what we mean, we're actually throwing a parade around it. But here's the deal. Great writing doesn't show off. It just gets straight to the point. Now let's break down that sentence. As I ponder this thought, that's obvious. You're writing it down so we know that you're thinking about it. The next bit, it has occurred to me. Again, that's implied. We don't need to say it. Now for the part, becoming a parent late in life may have spared me. This is the meat, but again, it's buried under all this polite padding. The trope of events known as a midlife crisis. We get what you mean, but this could be punchier. So how do we fix it? Ultimately, good editing is subtraction. You don't improve a sentence by stuffing more into it. You improve it by removing what's unnecessary so what matters can breathe. Here's a stripped down version of the same idea. Parenthood spared me from a midlife crisis. That's it. One sentence, strong, honest. You trust the reader to connect the dots. And that's the key. You've got to trust that your reader is smart. They don't need everything spoon-fed. In fact, they like filling in a few gaps because it keeps them engaged. Now, if you're wondering, this is all sounding great, but what if I want to feel more vivid, more emotional? Well then, let's flip from telling to showing. Here's another version. Instead of buying a red Corvette, I conceived a child at 40. Now that is a sentence. It's playful, it tells a story, it invites curiosity, and it shows us the contrast without using the phrase midlife crisis at all. It also does something else. It opens the door to your character. Whether you're writing fiction or non-fiction, we don't just know what happened, we feel who this person is. Okay, so how do you actually apply this to your own sentences? Here is a super simple method for you. First thing is write the bloated version first. That's fine. You need to get the thought out. The next step is to read it aloud. Does it sound like how you would actually speak? And then crucially, ask yourself, what's the real heart of this sentence? What's the one thing that you're trying to say? And then step 4 is to cut everything else. No apologies, no as I thought to myself, just say it. And here's the quick test for you. Read your sentence, then ask, can I say this in fewer words without losing meaning or impact? If yes, cut it. If no, keep it. Now you might be thinking, isn't that version too simple, too blunt? Not at all. In fact, the bravest thing a writer can do is say something clearly. Simple isn't boring, simple is powerful. Because when you strip away the fluff, you leave the truth. And the truth is what readers connect with. And here's the real magic. Simple sentences are easier to build from. Once you have that clear foundation, you can layer in nuance, style, and rhythm because it's all been built on solid ground. So to bring it full circle, do you remember that original sentence? As I ponder this thought, it has occurred to me that becoming a parent later in life may have spared me from the trope of events known as a midlife crisis. We took that sentence and transformed it into parenthood spared me from a midlife crisis, and then into, instead of buying a red Corvette, I conceived a child at 40. You can see how it's the same core idea, but now it's clear, sharp, and maybe you could even say it's unforgettable. So next time you're stuck on a sentence, don't try to sound like a writer. Try to sound like yourself. Clear, confident, and maybe even a little daring. Because good writing isn't about big words, it's about big honesty. So now I'd love to hear from you. Post any sentences you would like me to take a look at in the comments, and I will go through as many as I can and give feedback on how to improve them. I also might run a live on this, so again, comments down below. You can also submit your entire manuscript to us as well. The links are below. And now that clever YouTube algorithm will be recommending another of my value-packed writing videos for you just here. So go ahead and give that one a click next.